Hello friends, welcome to my Cozy Haven. My name is Fiona. I'm glad you clicked my video today. I'm going to chat to you about the books that I'm possibly going to read for the Slice of Life Readathon that is being organised by my friends Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books and Tiffany the Beach Bum Bookworm. I will leave a link to both their channels down below. The Readathon starts today, 1st of June, right the way through June, so you've got plenty of time. When I say possibilities, I am not doing, you know me, I can't do TBRs. I find them too anxiety inducing for me, so I am doing my pile of possibilities. And I'll tell you kind of which category or prompts these will fit. So shall we get on with which ones fit which prompts? So the first prompt is morning is broken. So dawn or morning in the title, diner or breakfast setting. I don't have anything for this one at the moment. It is highly possible I will choose something from, well, okay, this is going to be maybe a stretch, but this mentions the Cherry Tree Cafe. So I'm going to go diner, breakfast setting or cafe. So, and it also fits another prompt as well. So it's Coming Home to Cuckoo Cottage by Heidi Swain. This is the next book in her Winthrop series. So there is one I should actually read before this, but I am not going to do so. So I'll read the back to you. When Lottie Foster's old family friend dies, she inherits the lovely Cuckoo Cottage, but it seems that beneath its charm, the cottage is slowly but surely falling apart. Luckily, Matt, the local builder, is always in hand to help with the problems that somehow seem to keep cropping up. But is he just a bit too good to be true? Certainly Will, Lottie's closest neighbour, seems to think so. With plans to set up her own business renovating vintage caravans, Lottie and her new friend Gemma from the Cherry Tree Cafe, there you go, there's your cafe, cook up a top secret plan. But before she can finally enjoy living with her legacy, she must uncover who she can trust and who to avoid at all costs. And with two men vying for her attention, can Lottie find love in her new home? So, I know it's a stretch, but I'm going to use it as a stretch. So hopefully, if I get to it, this will be one of my picks for Morning is Broken. The next prompt is Keeping House, Daily Life, such as the Gladys Tabor book, Cozy Life, so a misread book, or Work or School. So I've got quite a number that would fit for this prompt. So my first one obviously is Still Meadow Sampler by Gladys Tabor. I am reading through the seasons. I'm reading this seasonally, so this will fit in beautifully. I've got to finish spring off and I can get into some of the summer one as well. So this is one that will definitely be being read, okay? So this is a definite book that I am reading. Put that in my bed just now. So Work or School. Now I have two school ones here. But I could use them for other prompts as well. So I have At School and Sky by Mabel Esther Allen. This is the third book in the School and Sky, the Dundonny House series, a trilogy. So I could read this one. I could also read The Shalley School in Peril by Catherine Bruce. This is a fill-in for the Shalley School series. So I could definitely use these two for this prompt as well. But I think I will probably stick with my Gladys Tabor, if I'm honest, and just use that one. Because as I say, I can use those other two books for another prompt. So that's what I plan to do for Keeping House. The third prompt is tea time. So social events, tea parties and tea shops. Now, this is a book I'm going to be buddy reading with my friend Rebecca, the Colourful Book Nester. And that is The Other Bennett Sister by Janice Hadlow. I am assuming, I'm making a big assumption, that there are going to be social events, tea parties, etc. in this one. So, I'll read you the back. It is a sad fact of life that if a young woman is unlucky enough to to come into the world without expectations. She had better do all she can to ensure she is born beautiful. To be poor and handsome is misfortune enough, but to be penniless and plain is hard fate indeed. Simultaneously, a wonderfully warm homage to Jane Austen and a delightfully new story in its own right, The Other Bennet Sister is, at its heart, a life-affirming tale of a young woman finding her place in the world. Witty and uplifting, it will make you feel and cheer for Mary as you never have before. So I'm assuming that it's going to be, evening events, etc., etc. So this one is a definite read. And as I say, I'm using this one for tea time. The next one is homecoming. So return to home or home visits, school or family reunions. Now, I could use these three for this one, which is, a very strong possibility. Because I know in this one there'll be outdoor events, there'll be, folk coming back to school, and the same in this one, characters coming back to school. Obviously, you've seen this one that the lady is inherited a cottage, and she's coming home, so I could use that. The Catherine Bryce one, this is, I'll read the back. Catherine Bruce, sorry Catherine. When the Shalley School returns from new term in the Austrian Tyrol, nobody has any idea that the wild storms and raging illnesses keeping them housebound are far from the only challenges that the school will face in the coming months. As the threat of Nazism creeps ever closer, the school moves from its original home to the relative safe of the Saône Alp, where the Middles waste no time in exploring their new home, both lawfully and after hours. For Elizabeth Arnott, Betty Wynne Davis and their friends, new in Lower Forth, the new school buildings bring them opportunities they have never had at the lakeside, especially with the new indoor swimming pool and gymnasium. Their antics leave the prefects and the mistresses alike lost for words, but when a spy threatens the Shalley School, the Middles are desperate to find a way to protect the school. Much as they try to busy themselves with lessons, games and mischief, however, the pupils and the mistresses find themselves unable to escape the impending threats around them. Tensions remain at fever pitch as the new school begins, with the mistresses discussing the possibility of the school leaving Austria, entirely desperate to escape the Nazis' notice, when an attack on a Jewish man in Sparts creates danger for the school. Those involved must escape, while the school and the rest of the girls ready themselves to depart the moment they are allowed, as the Shalley School faces its end. So this is written in conjunction with the Shalley School in Exile, so you've got the two together. So I could use this one for school. Just as I could use this one for school. I'll read you the back of this one as well. Vanya Chondi and her friends are looking forward to this winter term at Dundoney House and Skye, are all dismayed to learn that Miss Rorison, their beloved headmistress, has had a motoring accident and that her stepsister Miss Gowan is leaving her Hampshire school to take charge at Dundoney for the term. From the start, things go wrong. Miss Gowan is old-fashioned and can't forget her more conventional school. She doesn't understand the free and sensible ways of Dundoney and imposes many restrictions. Vanya, in particular, is soon in revolt. Rona Stewart of Altschellach, a spoilt new girl, is another complication. Altogether things are difficult, and yet there is much that the girls enjoy. The dance at the castle, the trip in Ewan Darrach's motor launch, bird watching and photography. Snow comes later, and at the same time Dundoney has a new problem, when first Miss Gowan, then Cook and other members of the staff succumb to flu. After the snow comes further excitement from flooding, when Rona proves that underneath she's a likeable and friendly person after all. Finally, there is a wonderful surprise, and Vanya and her friends look forward to a happy ending to the term that had begun so badly. So, again, this is going to do for school. It would possibly do for another plot one as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward. This is another definite possibility. The next one is afternoon strolls, so nature or outdoor activities. Now, this could be a stretch for me. I could use like either of the Shally School ones, you know, for the afternoon stroll. I could use my Gladys Tabor for the afternoon stroll, which would be fine. Going with nature and outdoor activities, I'm looking at the cover of this one, and this is Rosamund Pilcher's The Shell Seekers. They're outside, they're in nature. So yeah, I'll read this one. Artist daughter Penelope Keeling can look back on a full and varied life. A bohemian childhood in London and Cornwall, and an unhappy wartime marriage, and the only man she truly loved. She has brought up 3 children and learned to accept each of them as they are. Yet she is far too energetic and independent to settle sweetly into pensioned off old age. When she discovers that her most treasured possession, her father's painting The Shell Seekers, is now worth a small fortune, it is Penelope who must make the decisions that will determine whether her family can continue to survive as a family or be split apart. So, I'm hoping that there's also going to be some Cornwall time and, you know, outdoor time in this one. I know it's a stretch, but we had to go with it. And the other one would be One Italian Summer. Again, outdoor nature. Yeah, I know it's a stretch, isn't it? So 3 women, one family course, the summer of a lifetime. For generations, no second-born daughter in the Fontana family has married. Lucy desperately wants to find love, but for her cousin Amelia, their family curse is a blessing in disguise. But when their great-aunt Poppy declares she'll reunite with her long-lost love on her 80th birthday and break the curse once and for all. And so the 3 women embark on a journey to Tuscany to fulfil Poppy's last wish, but the secrets they uncover could change their family forever. So I'm hoping that this one, you know, there's a journey. I'm hoping that there might be, you know, outdoor stuff in this, and it's another possibility for that one. The last one is called Winding Down. So dates, movies, game nights, night in the title, stargazing, or features evening scenes. Now, I am going to assume the other Bennett sister is going to feature evening scenes, as in they're going out to balls, etc. So I would count this one for that one. I would also count probably this one, and I suspect there'll be the two school ones. I suspect will have like evening activities in them as well. So I could count that for this prompt. My Gladys Tabor, I'm possibly going to have some evening things in here as well. So, you know, these are kind of what I've gone with. And I'm hoping that they're going to do for this readathon, because I really do want to support it. As I say, whether I get to all of these, I do not know, because I'm very much a mood reader. As I say, these 2 are the definites. These are the 2 definites that I will be reading. But I would hope that I will manage to fit in a couple of the others, if not all of them. I have actually just downloaded onto my Kindle The Academy by Ellen Hildebrand and her daughter. It was on a deal, 99p, so I thought, why not? So I've downloaded that so that it might get read as well. I'm just going to see how the mood takes me, with 2 that I know I'm definitely going to read, and others that are very strong possibilities. So yeah, so I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please come chat with me down in the comments. Have you read any of these books? What did you think of them? But again, no spoilers, please. Do not want any spoilers. I know I've read The Shell Seekers, but that was many years ago, so I'm looking forward to getting back to reading it. Are you participating in the Slice of Life Readathon? If you are, I'd love to know what books you're going to be reading in which categories. That would be delightful to find out. If you're not, have you got any plans for reading in June? Please come chat with me down in the comments. On your way down there, if you haven't already, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button, that thumbs up button, notification bell. It just all helps keep my channel growing, which I'm loving. But that's it for this video, friends. Until my next one, stay safe and happy reading. Bye.